Hello everyone, Twitter reactions time. First one comes from Cash at KBegar07. What have Shaqiri and Keita done to hurt Jurgen? Honestly, they must have been absolutely shite in training this week. They must have been. They must have been terrible. I don't even think Lallana was that bad when he came on, to be fair. He looked lively enough, look at the league. He was very Lallana-esque, but you've got Keita and Shaqiri there, and maybe it was just, I don't know, having to bring Milner. Maybe if Gini Wijnaldum wasn't fit to do the full 90, then we've done that to ourselves there, I think. And maybe that's a situation where you go a bit different with that start Keita or whatever. Maybe once again, if he wants to play games like this, he just doesn't trust either of those lads. That's not great. Yeah, it's not great at all. But just to throw them on for the last 10, 15. Now, the thing is, I think we remember Shaqiri more from the first half of the season than the second. He's been pissed as well, hasn't he, to be fair, when he's played in recent weeks. Keita has looked a bit better, so for me, I think he's the one who maybe deserved it. But comes down to it, at meritocracy. There's meritocracy. I've seen Divock Origi go above Daniel Sturridge in the pecking order, seen him come in and get 2 starts on the bounce on the left-hand side and be fine, to be fair to him. Got a good goal in the week. So, for whatever reason, Adam Lallana is above those lads in the pecking order, and if they want to get back in, I don't think that's a criticism of Klopp. It's not a criticism of Lallana. That's got to be a criticism of Shaqiri and Keita for me. You know, it's not like, oh, he's overlooking them because they for whatever reason. They must be shy. They must need to do better. Otherwise, they'd be in the side, right? That makes sense to me anyway. Byron, the saddest thing about that game was Everton letting out a cheer at the end like they'd won. But they had won, you know, not the World Cup final and all that, you know, yuck, banter and all that. They set themselves out with an objective today, and that objective was to take points off Liverpool, and did it. And look, there's no sense in getting into this thing of Everton should demand more and Everton should have better. You win your home games, you know. They've gone so long since they've beaten us and they've drawn plenty of games in that time, by the way. So, you know, not unexpected them to get that result at Goodison Park, but they get to achieve their par result, which is sound for them, getting a draw at Goodison, and they get that added bonus of just being able to walk past us and go, hey, and just wave empty bottles in our faces for the next, until Liverpool win a major piece of silverware. So, look, fair fucks to them. It is sad. It's sad and weird. But they're entitled to be that way. Terry Will, 1967, been saying for weeks, Man U and Everton away will tell me if we are good enough to go on and win the title. Piss poor in both games. Yeah, two games there that honestly were there for the taking, and I just wonder whether I think it's a combination of putting too much faith maybe in the players that are on the pitch to deliver, and maybe not having just that little bit that just go for it, be a little bit braver. And look, Liverpool have left themselves in a situation now where we've kind of got no choice now. It's just going to completely slip away and fade into nothingness over the next few weeks if Liverpool don't get it. If we're in those situations again, you can't rely on Divock Origi, 96-minute goalkeeper throwing one in for you. You can't. They're moments of magic that just happen. You know, the happenstance. They're not things that we planned around. Liverpool need to know how, you know, teams that set up like that against us, teams that are going to frustrate. We've just got to be better. We've got to be quicker. We've got to be faster. We've got to be sharp. We've got to be more direct. And to be honest, we need someone attacking more centrally from the pitch. Every now and again, just twat one at the goal. Not Coutinho style, not 15, but just every now and again, just try something a little bit different. And yeah, I agree. I thought if we'd taken a win at Old Trafford, I thought it was bang on. If we got this, I thought it was bang on as well, because you can look at that and cluster that together and go, fantastic. Actually, you know what? The draws against Bayern and Manchester United, followed by a good win against Watford and a win by hook or by crook against Everton. That's actually a really good spell of form all of a sudden, whereas right now, yeah, you lump the draws in, it looks like Liverpool are in shit form, something we're going to have to get right very, very soon. Stephen Carr, poor game, bad substitute decisions. I have to agree, and the problem is that the worst one for me is Roberto Firmino. He just never looked at it. He never looked on it. He never looked like we understood what his role was meant to be. He has that one mad one where it kind of drops to him, but I don't know. Personally, I'd have kept the front three. I'd have kept Origi left. I thought he'd be fine. I'd have kept Mane centre, maybe swap Mane and Salah over or something, or whatever, just to mix things up, and then bring a Keita or a Shaqiri to support the attack. But I understand it, because Roberto Firmino's fantastic. He is one of the best players in our team. He's borderline world class on the day. So, I don't disagree with that. Milner's fine. So the substitutions are fine. Adam Lallana, these are all fine footballers. They're all good enough to be in and around. When they work, and you laud it. When they don't, then it's fucking stupidity, isn't it? And again, it comes down to it. Shaqiri and Keita, if they've not got on the pitch, I think I'm blaming them. They need to be better at footy and put themselves right there. They need to be screaming, being like, look how amazing I am, get me in that team, I'm going to go and do it for you. And to be fair, Keita's been getting better and better, but he's not had that true breakout game yet. And Shaqiri's form has absolutely evaporated. Same as some of the front three, to be fair. But when your front three, and when Salah's form's not great, and the only other guy with a bit of pace and a left foot who can play sort of that side is Shaqiri, and his form's gone as well. What are you going to do? Are you going to not pick Salah? No, you're going to pick Salah because even him not in form is better than Shaqiri not in form. So yeah, but yeah, I don't disagree. It felt bad. It felt like a bad way. Maybe it was tactically as much as anything else. We got it wrong. Alcoholophile. 8 points dropped in 6 matches, turning a 7-point lead into a 1-point deficit. No idea how people have remained positive while watching this happen, and no idea how to be positive about it now. Thank goodness for being. Look, I absolutely get it, mate. I did a video the other week on my channel, which is youtube.com/matestv if you don't know. So I'm not handling the stress of this well at all. I felt like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders with that Watford result. But this is the problem. These are big games that matter to us even more than just the average thing of games as well. And, so it hurts doubly so when you're dropping points, because the context of where we are in the season, the fact that you're going against a bunch of people who you fucking hate and are going to rub it in your face more than most. Yeah, it makes you feel loads worse. And I don't know, honestly, I'm struggling for the positives, other than there's still more. It's not over, and there's still games of football to be played. You can treat that as a positive or a negative. It's entirely up to you. James Dalzell, I'm gutted, big time. Feel like crying. Don't let them see you cry, mate. Don't give them the satisfaction. Michael McNulty, got to do more from the bench. Attacking wise, one of the best benches we've had, not really used. No idea what Shaqiri has done. Salah was shocking and has been since Christmas for me. Sub him, give him a rest, but only a point behind, so we shouldn't complain, should we? Honestly, I don't know, mate. I think if you're inclined to complain, you've probably complained already, and you're likely to complain. If you're the kind who can look at it and go, we're still within touching distance of where we want to be, then you'll probably just delete social media for a few days, and that's probably the recommendable thing to be done, because there's nothing positive to be gained from it. Very little positivity to be had around this, and really there shouldn't be. I can look at it and I can say a handful of good performances, but not really in the positions that we're ever going to mean that Everton were in loads of trouble, unfortunately. So no, I don't know. I don't have much for you. I can understand looking at it now and looking like Liverpool are in the process of bottling it. Very much looks that way. Very much feels that way. If you've got a real sense of positivity around this, I suggest my advice to you is keep it to yourself for a bit. Keep it to yourself for a day or two. No one needs to hear the positives after that. No one needs a rousing, rallying the troops thing. Everyone's entitled to feel a bit downbeat in the dump spot. That. Give it a day or two. Hopefully it'll calm down, get some more football matches under our belt, get some wins under our belt, and then we can look at it again. I think I said this, Liverpool are not going to win the league title with 3 games to go this season. It was never going to happen. If they were going to do it, it was going to be the hardest way possible. It's going to be a Sergio Aguero style moment if Liverpool are going to win it after all this time. So, yeah, that hasn't really changed. I didn't think we were ever going to absolutely steamroll it, and it looks more and more like that. That if Liverpool can stay within 2 points of the top spot with 4 games left to go, I think they'll win it. But if they can't, then they don't deserve to win it, and fuck them. Anyway, listen, let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Keep your comments coming. Don't forget to subscribe to the redmentv.com. If you're feeling positive and you're annoyed by the lack of people who share your positivity, get over to the redmentv.com. We'll do the final word show tomorrow, 60 minutes. We'll try to talk ourselves out from the pit of doom and gloom that we all largely feeling at the moment. So if you need a little bit of counselling through this tough time of Liverpool drawing games of football against teams,